Hey guys, whoa, camera is flipping around, a little weird. But yeah, welcome back to the channel and the Ecclesiastes series. Let's go, everyone. I hope you read Ecclesiastes chapter 1 or read with me last time, because we're going to do all of chapter 2 right here. This is super exciting, super fun. I'm glad that you guys tuned in. And yeah, I think again, we're going to be looking at purpose of life. If things are really just chasing after wind, life is meaningless. Let's find out. All right, starting in verse 1. The vanity of self-indulgence. I said in my heart, come now, I will test you with pleasure. Enjoy yourself. But behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of pleasure, what use is it? I searched with my heart how to cheer my body with wine, my heart still guiding me with wisdom, and how to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was good for the children of man to do under heaven during the few days of their life. I made great works, I built houses and planted vineyards for myself. I made myself gardens and parks, and planted in them all kinds of fruit trees. I made myself pools from which to water the forest of growing trees. I bought male and female slaves, and had slaves who were born in my house. I had also great possessions of herds and flocks, more than any of those who had been before me in Jerusalem. I also gathered for myself silver and gold and the treasure of kings and provinces. I got singers, both men and women, and many concubines, the light of the sons of man. Now, I didn't pause there because the teacher here is really just explaining a lot of things that is going on in his or her life and what they're trying to do and accomplish, and they're kind of trying to see how to fulfill their life through the worldly perspective, right? Trying to build the most things of anyone, have the most riches, possessions, right? Like the herds of animals, which showed wealth back then. Having male and female slaves, again, wealth, status, singers, men and women, concubines, just again, kind of showing that this is the worldly view of success. And now the teacher is going to explain what the worldly success led for them. Verse 9. So I became great and surpassed all who were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me, and whatever my eyes desired, I did not keep from them. I kept my heart from no pleasure, for my heart found pleasure in all my toil, and this was my reward for all my toil. Then I considered all that my hands had done, and the toil I had expended in doing it, and behold, the classic line, everyone, all was vanity and a striving after wind, and there was nothing to be gained under the sun. This is very powerful here because the teacher describes how they had everything in life. They had everything from the worldly perspective, yet they realized it was all vanity. Chasing after one's own glory, self-indulgence. It was just chasing after wind, chasing after nothing, trying to prove things to people that doesn't mean anything. And it's kind of a great lesson to be learned that a lot of us have these constructs in our mind that tell us that when we do this or that, it'll make us feel a sense of happiness and joy. But the truth of the matter is, it really is just a striving after wind. Now, I'm not saying that there is no purpose to life. Of course not. Yes, there is. But I think a lot of us can just think in our lives about some things that we're doing, and do they give us meaning, purpose? Are they for God's glory? Right? Some of the things we do just really unnecessary, guys. Like super striving after the wind, like doom scrolling. For me, I don't partake in it because it really is a striving after wind. And I don't know, just things that you can reflect on in your own life. You know yourselves better than I can try and read you from a screen, not knowing you. But this is powerful. So let's continue in verse 12. The vanity of living wisely. So I turned to consider wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do who comes after the king? Only what has already been done. Then I saw that there is more gain in wisdom than in folly, as there is more gain in light than in darkness. It's a good message. Verse 14, the wise person has his eyes in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. And yet I perceive that the same event happens to all of them. Then I said in my heart, what happens to the fool will happen to me also. Why then have I been so very wise? And I said in my heart that this also is vanity. For the wise, as of the fool, there is no enduring remembrance, seeing that in the days to come all will have been long forgotten. How the wise dies just like the fool. So I hated life, because what is done under the sun was grievous to me. For all is vanity and a striving after wind. Again, here it's showing that the wise and the fool, yes, they may have differences in the world, but again, at the end of the day, both are striving after the wind and will eventually fall and pass away. So I think one of the things that I really take away from Ecclesiastes is my earlier point, which is really just finding the purpose and meaning in your life and holding on to it and not giving into, other worldly things that don't bring you joy and wouldn't bring God joy seeing you do it. And it really makes you value your life, knowing that, well, nothing you really do matters, so might as well enjoy your life, right? If nothing matters, then you should just enjoy the life God has given you, right? So let's close out in verse 18 through 26. The vanity of toil. I hated all my toil, in which, little message coming in. I hated all my toil, in which I toil under the sun, seeing that I must leave it to the man who will come after me. And who knows whether he will be wise or a fool? Yet he will be master of all for which I toiled and used my wisdom under the sun. This also is vanity. So I turned about and gave my heart up to despair over all the toil of my labors under the sun, because sometimes a person who has toiled with wisdom and knowledge and skill must leave everything to be enjoyed by someone who did not toil for it. This also is vanity and a great evil. What has a man from all the toils and striving of heart with which he toils beneath the sun? For all his days are full of sorrow, and his work is a vexation. Even in the night his heart does not rest. This also is vanity. And verse 24 to 26 to close. There is nothing better for a person than that he should eat and drink and find enjoyment in his toil. This also I saw is from the hand of God. For apart from him, who can eat or who can have enjoyment? For to the one who pleases him, God has given wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner, he has given the business of gathering and collecting, only to give to one who pleases God. This also is vanity and a striving after wind. Here, in all these complex verses, I like to really think of there is nothing better for a person that he should eat and drink and find enjoyment in his toil. This also I saw is from the hand of God. The things of the world won't bring fulfillment, but we should enjoy the gifts that God has given to all of us. Ecclesiastes 2 is very interesting, as again, it continues along with life doesn't have much meaning, and the work we do, it doesn't. So what I take away from my perspective, yours could be different, is that we should use the gifts God has given us to our best of our ability, to look at our lives and reflect over it, and truly change if we need to use the things God has given us in a better way, and to enjoy it all, because at the end of the day, we will fade, we will pass away. So we should use the life God has given us to the best of our abilities. Thanks so much, guys, for listening. I hope you really enjoyed Ecclesiastes chapter 2. And of course, we'll see you guys tomorrow for Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Have a blessed night, everyone. I'll catch you guys in the next video.